After many months working virtually, by now I'm guessing you're self-aware of how much influence you have or you don't have through this box. Or are you? If you haven't given thought about your virtual presence yet, it's really important to clearly understand the impact and influence you have or you don't have on others. Or maybe you have been thinking about your virtual influence, but you're not sure what or how to make enhancements. Influence comes from how others experience you. Consider what happens when people don't perceive you in a positive light. If your customers feel you lack confidence in your products or your services, they likely won't buy from you. If your teams question whether you authentically care about their work-related challenges, they probably won't follow you. Your ability to influence others to act comes from their perception of you, not your best interest. Trust, credibility, and authenticity have the power to move people to act. You can never completely control what others think about you, but you may have more control over it than you may believe when you're more self-aware. How many virtual meetings have you attended when you were painfully watching someone deliver a message? They may have been taking too long to get to the point, fidgeting, or not knowing where to look and constantly disconnecting with you. Chances are, though, they weren't aware of how they were communicating. As observers, it's easy to pick apart the communication flaws of others, but rarely do we acknowledge our own weaknesses. Self-awareness is essential to increasing your influence, both virtually, in person, professionally, personally. To know what your listeners see and hear, we need to become more self-aware. Only then can we begin to master communicating with influence. Self-awareness is so important. It's the first element of our influence model that we teach. Our thorough research with the University of Northern Colorado indicates how important self-awareness is to increasing overall influence, but it also reveals how difficult it is to achieve. Our survey results indicated that 48% believe that greater self-awareness leads to having more impact and influence. To make sure you have consistent influence, now more than ever before, we need to make sure you're more self-aware of your virtual presence. Action steps that you can take this week. First, eliminate any excuses you may have. Excuses I've heard as we continue to work virtually are, it's just my team, or it's just a client. I've known them forever. They don't care how I show up. I didn't have time to prepare. I hear that one a lot. If I knew what to say, I wouldn't use filler words. Yeah, right. I don't have time to record myself, or I don't have time to practice communicating with brevity, or whatever the skill is. Every virtual conversation you have is an opportunity to focus and practice your communication. If we don't make the time to practice while we're working out of the comfort of our homes, we'll never practice and we will never develop. Second, be the example for others. If you want your team to behave one way, be the example. Avoid excusing your actions or justifying them in any way. Your title doesn't give you a free pass from any behavior different than what you expect from others. Third, you probably can guess the final action step I'm going to give you. Video and audio record yourself as often as possible during personal and professional conversations. Without observing ourselves through the eyes and ears of our listeners, we're constantly guessing our level of awareness and influence through how we feel rather than through fact. If you want to get a complimentary copy of our research on self-awareness, all you need to do is click on the link that you see below this video. Take those action steps today to quickly see enhancements in how you show up on these calls every day. Thank you for watching the video. Most importantly, take care.